the other things I saw at the Comic Con, well, there's a Robot Wars, and then there was Vic Mignogna, I think that's how you pronounce his name. If you were to Google him, you'll find out that he's pretty much one of the bigger anime voice actors. He does voice acting in animes like Dragon Ball Z. He's the voice actor for Tamaki from Oran High School, and he's also the voice actor from Edward Elric for Full Metal Alchemist. He was there, and people asked him questions. It was pretty funny. He was like, for example, he reenacted a scene with one of the people who asked him a question. Do you want to reenact the coffee line from Oran High School? He was like, why, yes. Why don't you come up here and play the other character? Well, he doesn't sound like that. He sounds like this. Why, yes. Why don't you come up here and play it? Because he's got a very high-pitched voice, which makes sense because he plays a bloody 6-year-old or 12-year-old in some of his animes. You still there?
Yeah, I am.
You're just going quiet. I thought you were dead.
I was just listening to what you were saying.
Yes.
About 6-year-olds and anime
definitely.
and playing.
So,
With 6-year-olds.
I think anyone who's not seen Oran High School, there was this funny line where basically one of the rich people were drinking instant coffee, and she was like, I think my father will get upset if he saw me drinking this instant coffee. Then Tamaki. Now, when he was reenacting the lines, he actually went right up to her ear, and went, well, what if you were to drink it out of my mouth? Well, I don't know if he used the tongue. That'd be really creepy. So yeah, he was actually quite funny. He also did some singing, which is really, really funny. Like, you're just like, oh. Like I said, it was quite funny, and what was I about to say? Yeah, he sung the title sequence to Dragon Ball Z. That's what he sung, Dragon Ball Z Kai. Because he also does some singing for the animes, I guess you can say. And that was quite embarrassing. But the funny part, and this was probably the most memorable part, I was sitting there with my sister watching it, and it started off with him with his hands full of Milky Bars. He walked on stage with his hand full of Milky Bars, started throwing them at the audience. I thought he was actually attacking us at first. I was like, oh no, Milky Bars, help me. And he threw about 5 or 6. My sister actually caught one of them. It's weird how violent people around her got, because the Milky Bar was coming really close to her as it was in the air. She put her hand out, and so did some other people, and she slapped her in the air, and then she was wrestling with this other girl right next to her for the Milky Bar. She's like, ah! And then she picked it up, and I was asking her, so are you going to preserve that Milky Bar? She's like, no, I'm going to eat it. And then she ate it right in front of me. And then someone that gave her a high five. So yeah, that was interesting.
Your sister eating a Milky Bar was the best part.
Yes. I got some cool stuff like art, and I got the soundtrack to Final Fantasy 13 Plus edition.
13 plus?
It's an alpha version of some of the soundtrack. Before Final Fantasy 13 came out with the Final Fantasy 13 soundtrack, they released a kind of preview version of the soundtrack, which has got a lot of early versions of the music on the soundtrack. So, for example,
how much did that cost you?
About a tenner.
Wow.
It was like 16 tracks, and it was all early versions of tracks that you get in Final Fantasy 13. So cool.
Nice.
And there was a ton of cosplay, like I said, some very weird cosplay. A lot of Star Wars though.
Wasn't your sister doing cosplay?
Yeah, she was playing as a Miko Hatsune with the blue hair and pigtails and the robotics stuff. So, how have you been doing for the past week? What have you been playing?
I'm playing a bit of Skyrim.
A bit of Skyrim? You've been playing Skyrim? Oh my
Yeah, I've had
god.
I played about an hour. An hour of Skyrim.
Wow.
I now know. No, about 4 hours of Skyrim, I'd say.
What level are you?
I think I'm 13 or something. I don't play it much. I'm not really a Skyrim
Wow,
fan.
is that legit?
Yeah,
I'm only like level 35.
I know.
I'm only like 35 hours into my Skyrim profile. I've got a
I've
few
just
other
been like
saves.
modding it to hell because I'm playing it on PC and
I've been having fun with Skyrim. I would like to play the DLC, of course, one day.
mm.
Anyway, moving on to what I was playing, I guess. Is there anything else you've been playing that you want to mention? The Steam sales, maybe?
I've got a bunch on the Steam sale.
I got Torchlight 2.
I got Left 4 Dead 1, which I still need to boot
Wait,
up.
Torchlight 2 doesn't exist? Aye.
Torchlight 1.
Torchlight 1. Because Torchlight 2
Like,
isn't out yet.
it is now.
They don't have to know that.
Oh, okay. I got Stronghold, which is like a really old RTS game. It's medieval times. It's by far, I'd say, one of the best. It's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of Empire's, like Empire, King of War or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kings of Empire.
And we both got
Age of
Alan
Empire.
Wake.
So, both got the Alan Wake. I only got
American Nightmare. I got American Nightmare.
Did you get the collector edition?
No.
Oh.
I just got the edition that was there for £3.
I just got American
I
Nightmare.
also got Limbo, because weirdly this was my first time playing Limbo on the Steam sale, which is quite late, I guess you can say. I don't know, you'd think that someone like me who likes a lot of games like Journey, Ico, Shadow Colossus would pick up Limbo in a heartbeat, but I guess I just didn't get around to playing it. Yeah, that was great.
I got the Binding of Isaac, which is really fun.
Yeah.
Really, it's actually a really good
A
game.
bullet hell shooter.
Yeah.
Where you're in a room and you must survive. Waves and waves of monsters.
I got Fallout 3 for like £1.99.
You have to kill them with your tears.
Yeah. Kill them with your teeth or your laser.
Mm.
And you can wear your mum's pants. And her bra.
Now you're just getting weird.
The game's weird.
I've been playing a few games. I got a new platinum recently. Well, when I say recently, it was like a week ago.
What plat?
You know, Prince Persia.
Oh, okay, yeah. 2008.
Yeah, Prince Persia 2008. Which I think is an unsung hero, because that was a really great game.
Prince Persia fanboy.
I'm not a Prince Persia fanboy. I can see when a Prince Persia game's crap.
True.
Like the DS version, that sucked.
No.
Or the
no,
card
it
game.
was the best. Sorry, what?
Or the card game.
There's a card game of Prince of Persia.
Well, I guess no, it's just normal It's just normal playing cards, just with Prince Persia on the back.
Okay.
I got it when I bought the game of Forgotten Sands for free.
Cool, I guess.
Mm. And I've been trying to do an Infamous 2 Platinum. I just have to play through the game on hard, which I'm like halfway through now. So I should get the Platinum for that game pretty soon. Though I don't know how to get the trophy for destroying 30 verandas, because I've done that. I've destroyed tons and tons of verandas and walkways and stuff that it's not
30 what?
30. There's a trophy on that.
Oh, for like destroying the massive objects?
Yeah.
You just go to like this massive oil drum thing and just blow them up.
I'll try that then, because I was like,
that's
I was
what
like
that's
spent
one of
half
the
an
only
hour
ones I needed.
destroying like verandas and walkways and nothing happened. Verandas, or yeah. So on to the news of stuff recently. So
Yeah.
13 versus 13 was rumored to be cancelled. Then it was that rumor was defunct by Square Enix.
Legends.
Yes, who are doing really poorly right now with their intellectual properties. Like seriously, I think normal people could control that company better than what they're doing. To be honest, so Square Enix is doing okay with their American and Western games, but when it comes to their Japanese stuff, what are they doing? Like, there's just so many opportunities that they can just take to get money at least, because come on, they have to please the investors, and sadly they're not for some reason, because there's so many stuff they can do that would please people and would... People are certainly losing faith, I guess.
Speaking most people just want, Final Fantasy 7 remade. A
Mm.
lot of people were really like pissed off with they're remaking Final Fantasy 10 but not 7.
Well, it's not really a remake of Final Fantasy X. It's a remastering. It's just a HD collection.
Yeah,
You can't. And plus, Final Fantasy VII's already there on the PSN. Like, what would you want? Like,